Okay, holistic mom, you want to know what's the right thing? What's the best thing? How can I be clean and well in all my areas? Where do I even start in pursuing my holistic wellness? And it can all be overwhelming. I have felt this many times. I was in Proverbs, the book of wisdom, and discovered some wisdom on all the wellness areas. Let's hear what the good book says about your holistic wellness. And before we get started, I want to share with you one of my favorite quotes. Plan to fail, fail to plan. Yes, because planning brings peace. So, what are we going to do about this? I have put together a free wellness planning strategy session in the Facebook group. It's going to be a little training where we can talk all things holistic wellness, like this episode. This episode right here is going to be your resource that you're going to bring to this planning session and say, okay, this is where I want to get started. So this episode is going to be huge in making this successful, but whatever you need to plan. So it's going to be a group discussion. We're going to bounce ideas off of each other. I will obviously have tips and tricks and hacks to add in, and it will be a time to plan out your next wellness goal and strategy and how to incorporate them in your busy life. Your intentions are a hill of beans, so let's get our intentions in action together. This is what I do in my coaching, and so this is basically free coaching, and we're going to do it as a group. It's going to be super fun, so don't miss out. This is just going to be a one-time live in the Facebook group, so you got to be there. You got to be in the group. It's at bit.ly/holistic hacks. That's bit.ly/holistic hacks. That is our Facebook group. Join in now so that you can be ready. This is going to be on July 18th at 4 p.m. Now we're going to stream live. You're going to be in there live so that you can get all the tips, tricks, and get your wellness goals in action, as it's going to be a group discussion, but it's going to live in the Facebook group for a little bit. So you can go back and watch the recording if you cannot make that date and time, but I hope to see you there. Now I'm going to read a review from a listener. This is from Little Man 83. So good. Being a mom is exhaustingly wonderful, but I often feel like I put myself on the back burner. The tips and advice Shan shares has been so helpful for me to know how to be a better mom so I can show up for my people as the best version of myself. Highly recommend. Do you do this too, Mama? Do you put yourself on the back burner? I know you do. Not only can you tune into the show to hear all the practical tips and hacks, but we can also chat one-on-one about why you do this. What is the layer under the layer of why you constantly push yourself and your wellness to the back burner? Then, once you know the why, then we can make intentional actions towards sustainable change. So I want you to go right now to theshanwright.com to start making your wellness a priority, because sis, you are worth it. Also, thanks so much for the review, Little Man 83. Please go to the Facebook community at Holistic Living for Christian Moms, bit.ly/holistic hacks, to claim your free coffee on me for leaving a review. Just comment under the coffee post that's pinned at the top. And you can also get a free coffee for just leaving me a 5-star review. If I read it on the air, then you can go claim your free coffee too. So because I don't know who Little Man 83 is, please be sure to go over to the Facebook group, comment under the coffee post, and I will be so happy to hook you up with the free coffee. Hey mama, are you stressed by the lack of time in the day to do all the things? Are you feeling disconnected from God, your husband, and even your kids because patience and presence seem out of reach? Do you want a healthier body, mind, spirit, and home, but overwhelmed in where to start? Hey, I'm Shan Wright, daughter of the king, wife, mom to 4, RN, wellness coach, and I know very well what it feels like to want to live well, but about to lose it with my very blessed full life. After realizing I can't pour from an empty cup, I tracked my way to whole body wellness and so much peace. If you are ready to cancel the stressed out life, learn tactical, intentional strategies as a mom wearing many hats, find more peace, confidence, and joy raising kingdom kids, then listen in. Come on, mama, together we got this. Really, God's got this. So go heat up that coffee again and turn your listening ears on. Let's chat. Sometimes I think we fall into the trap of thinking the Bible isn't practical enough. I know I have, and I love practical things. Tell me exactly what to do, and I'm a really good student. This also helps with my anxiety. If I know exactly what to do and don't have questions, then I can move forward with peace and ease. But the second a question arises, or this way or that way, then I feel the anxiety rise. Let's take good old sleep training for an example. And I'm not trying to get too political here, but as a new mom, you have no idea where to start with this. And I'm going to share a personal story. So this is me. I don't even think I thought about it a whole lot beforehand. They will sleep eventually, and so will I. I think that's how I thought. But I also didn't understand the importance of sleep on everything in life. I was in my 20s working night shift as a nurse and could fully function with 4 hours of sleep on the reg. If that's all I had to do as a mom, then I could do it, or so I thought. When I became a mom, a few other moms asked me, "What are you planning to do with sleep?" What? Is there supposed to be a plan? Is there multiple things to choose from? Isn't it just like this is how they sleep? So I was so confused. I was like, oh no. And I'm a first-time mom. I'm wanting to do all of this right. I'm wanting to do all of it the best. I want to be the best mom. And now I'm stuck with this decision. It was not only this decision that these mom friends came to me with. There was other things. And I was like, wow, all these decisions you have to make right away as a new mom can be overwhelming and cause anxiety. And I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what to do. And I was like, no, I can't. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to choose. So I spent a few good days reading all the things and then decided I can't decide. So I'll just go with what these moms do. They're the only moms in my everyday life right now, so I'll just copy them. So yeah, we have people to help us with decisions. But if we only ever go to people and books and videos, then this can lead to confusion and doubt, anxiety, stress, wasted time, lack of sleep, and more. So guess what? We can find our practical answers to our problems in the Bible. For example, I was in Proverbs as I was reading and wondering what to talk about on the next podcast episode. And I noticed the chapter that I was reading was hitting all of the wellness areas. Thank you, Lord. So do you want to be wise when it comes to your wellness like I do? Then here it is according to Proverbs. I'm going to read a lot of scripture today, but I'm also going to pull out the practical action step that I see so that you can take action in this wellness area according to wisdom. Okay, so first, Proverbs 4:20 through 27. It says, "My son, pay attention to what I say. Listen closely to my words. Do not let them out of your sight. Keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and health to a man's whole body. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Put away perversity from your mouth. Keep corrupt talk far from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Make level paths for your feet, and take only ways that are firm. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Keep your foot from evil." Okay, so basically here, the Lord's wisdom, his words are life and health to the whole body. This passage is all about words. And where do words come from? What's inside of our heart? It is the wellspring of life. So out of it flows our thoughts and our beliefs and our words. it comes from our heart. So we have to guard our heart. We have to be careful what words, what thoughts we let in, what we read, what we watch with our eye gates and our ear gates. That's what's saying, keep your eyes fixed straight ahead. So the first thing first is words. Someone who is wise pays very close attention to words. And the Proverbs are all full of talking about the wise, the fool, and the sinful. And what we see here throughout all of the Proverbs is that being passive is foolish, just like the sinful. So when they're lazy and passive, that does not lead to life. So we have to seek wisdom. It teaches us to seek wisdom and to take action, because seeking is taking action, right? So that sets up a lot of the Proverbs as you read it. And then, it also says at the start of Proverbs 2, I believe, understanding, knowledge, wisdom, all of this, they don't just come to us. They have to be pursued. They have to be sought out. Like muscles, you build them up like muscles for your soul. Just like wellness doesn't come to us, holistic wellness doesn't just come to us. We have to pursue it. So if you're reading the Proverbs and if you're reading your Bible, then you are being wise and you are taking action in your spiritual wellness, which is first and foremost. So keep doing it. Keep building up that wisdom. Keep building up those muscles so that you can be well. Okay, and then I am going to read a lot from chapter 3. So Proverbs 3, and the chapter starts off by saying, "Son, don't forget my teachings. Keep my commandments, for the length of days and years of life and the tranquility and prosperity." In the Amplified, it says, "the wholeness of life's blessings, they will be added to you." We want peace, Mama. I know you do. I know I do. So let's obey God and walk closely with him. Not just to obey as a little child, but to follow these words so that we are near to God. We welcome him in to our holistic wellness journey. And the rest of the chapter is filled with these examples of what it looks like to walk closely with God on this holistic wellness journey. Okay? So as I was reading, mental wellness popped out first and foremost. And this is a very common passage that we know so well. It's trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. Okay, we can learn a lot about holistic health these days. We can search the internet for everything and anything. We can listen to a lot of videos and smart people, but don't lean on your own knowledge or the knowledge of others. We have to lean on God's knowledge. We have to trust him for his wisdom. So you just heard on this podcast a testimony of Leah Blondin. And I don't know if you remember this from the testimony or from her story, but she was taking beef liver as someone who appreciates holistic health and wellness, and she was having low iron in her pregnancy, and she heard how good it was for her. She was following a holistic health guru and was doing what they said. They said, eat beef liver. And so she decided, I'm going to do that. And I'm seeing all these amazing testimonies of other people that are doing it and having success. So she did, and she ended up having awful and anxious, depressed postpartums, and discovered that in eating the beef liver, she was making her copper go really, really high. And so this was causing some anxiety, and it was messing with all of her micronutrients. And so we can't always take that story, we can't always follow what everyone says. We have to do what's best for us, and only God knows what's best for us. So yes, take this knowledge and information that people have, but take it to God and say, am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to follow this way? Give me your wisdom. And so seek God, trust his answers. It says in 3:19, he created the world with his mind. Now that is a mind you can trust. If he created the world with his mind and his thoughts, sister, you can trust him with all your thoughts, and you can trust his mind to direct your paths. Okay, so for physical wellness, I'm going to read 7 and 8. It says, do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord, shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Wait, fear the Lord, this is what brings nourishment? Okay, how is this practical? Remember, God, I want to know how to practically apply this to my life, but how fearing you, how does that bring nourishment to my body? Well, God made food. He made our bodies. We can fear him by honoring him with our bodies. What are you putting in your body? How are you taking care of your temple? Does it show those actions? Do they show that you fear God and you reverence him as someone who made this food, who made the earth, who made your body? That's how you can fear him in taking care of your body. And it's basically saying, real practically, eat whole food. Eat real food. Eat the stuff that God made for you. He put it in the earth. He put it out there for us. Eat that. Don't go to the packaged stuff. That's not going to bring any nourishment to your body. Okay, financial wellness is verses 9 and 10. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim with the new wine. Okay, very simply, walk closely with the Lord with your finances, and this means it's all his. So are you giving him your first fruits? This is tithing and giving back what is his. All your finances, everything that you have, they belong to him. He gave it to you. So you have to understand that. You have to understand that why. You have to honor him with it, and that means giving your first fruits back. Okay, and then for spiritual wellness, verses 11 and 12. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resent his rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those he loves as a father the son he delights in. The Lord only disciplines out of love, truth, and love. So when you feel convicted, remember it's not condemnation, but a course correct. Like a parent grabbing a little kid's hand in the middle of the parking lot. Stay close, daughter. Stay close to me. It's like you started to veer off the wrong way, and he's pulling you back. He's grabbing your hand. He's saying, no, go this way. That's the conviction. He loves you with the Father's fierce love. Okay, emotional wellness. This is verses 21 through 26. My son, preserve sound judgment and discernment. Do not let them out of your sight. They will be life for you and an ornament to grace your neck. Then you will go on your way in safety, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Have no fear of sudden disaster or of the ruin that overtakes the wicked, for the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being snared. Okay, a lot of our anxiety can be brought on by fear, worry, being scared of the unknown, the what ifs, the future, the crazy future we have written in our heads. But if we stay close to God's wisdom and discernment, there is nothing to be fearful of. You can sleep in peace. Mama, how is your sleep? Are you sleeping? Are you constantly losing sleep over your thoughts? Maybe not even constantly, maybe just a couple nights a week, or maybe once every other week. That's still too much. Let these verses guide you and focus on getting sweet sleep with God. Keep pursuing him in the sleep category until he makes that well, because that is directly connected to your emotional wellness. If you're not sleeping well, there is something going on in your thoughts, in your beliefs, in your brain, in your body that is causing that to happen. So keep pursuing him, keep seeking his wisdom and the direction he points you in to overcome this and to be well and to get really sweet, good sleep. Okay, occupational and environmental wellness are together in verses 27 to 28. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it is in your power to act. Do not say to your neighbor, come back later, I'll give it tomorrow, when you now have it with you. Okay, this is all about goodness and generosity, Be good to those around you. Be generous to those around you. Share in the goodness. We teach our kids how to share. Share. Share everything that you have to give. And, that's a fruit of the Spirit. Goodness is a fruit of the Spirit. So ask God for that fruit. Ask God, give me that fruit of the Holy Spirit that can flow out of me onto others. And He will. If you ask Him and seek Him for that, He will. Social wellness. This is verses 34 and 35. There's more, but I'm just going to read 34 and 35. He mocks proud mockers, but gives grace to the humble. The wise inherit honor, but fools He holds up to shame. Okay, the best thing you can do for your relationships, for any of them, is to be humble. Constantly asking God to point out spots of pride and how to rid yourself of it. He gives grace for this humility in asking, this humility that says, Lord, there's some kind of conflict going on in this relationship right now. Show me where I am being prideful. Show me what I'm not seeing. Show me what's in my heart. Take the speck out of the plank out of my eye for the speck that I'm seeing in theirs. Like, help me to see how you see, and humble yourself before God and ask Him. Then you'll be able to be humble in front of the person. And that flows into all of your relationships. Being humble is a way to be whole in your social wellness area. Okay, to recap, that was a lot, but it's all so good, right? So to recap, pursue wisdom, pursue it. We can't be passive in our lives and expect wellness, shalom, or wisdom to just come to us. Walking is an action step, right? So we're going to walk with God in all these areas of our holistic person and find peace when we do it. And yes, this was a lot, and I want to help you take action. So first off, I want you to read all of Proverbs 3. I did not read all of it to you. So that is one thing that you can do, is to read Proverbs 3 and pay attention to the wellness areas that we touched on today, and grab the one you want to focus on, and then take action in one way I suggested, or ask God, how do you want me to take action in this way? So say it's financial wellness, for example. Maybe you already are a great tither, but maybe there's something else. There is something else that is not sitting well in your financial area. And this was my story, and I had to ask God what it was, and He pointed it out. So do that, and then take intentional action. Now, that can still be overwhelming, right? Like, how do you practically take the intentional action? So come to the free wellness planning strategy session. I talked about it at the front of the episode. We're going to do this live in the Facebook group. I'm super excited. And after hearing all these wellness areas that you can pursue wisdom in, and wellness in, and shalom in, you might be stuck. You might feel, well, I'm not exactly sure the next thing to do. I feel like I need to work on all of them. Okay. And being in that place of, I need to work on all of them and I don't know where to start, is not a great place. So I know that feeling. So we're going to do this wellness planning strategy session together, and we're going to talk about the ones that really resonated with you and what you're hearing and feeling from God. And then we're going to help you plan out your next step together. It's going to be super fun. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be live in the Facebook group, bit.ly/holistic hacks. That is where you can find the group, join the group, and be there for this session, July 18th at 4 p.m. If you cannot be live, it will be living in the group for a little bit. You can go back, watch the replay, comment, and I will still engage with your comment. So if you missed the live, you can comment as you watch it, and I will touch back into the comments. And so it'll be like you're live, and you'll get some free coaching from me just by doing that. So I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see you there. That is really, really going to help you put this episode into action. Okay. And that's all for today. I pray this bless you today, and I pray God's peace over you. Shalom, shalom. Hey, Wellness Warrior. I pray that blessed you. And if so, it would bless me big if you would write a 5-star review and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Not only would this make me super happy, but it will allow for others to find this show too. Also, I love to chat over on Instagram, so make sure to take a screenshot, share to your Instagram stories, and tag me at the Shan Wright, so I can see it and we can keep chatting and bring other moms to chat with us. Until we get to chat again, mama friend, may the Lord's face shine upon you and give you peace.